Okay, so it's very early in the morning. I'll just turn the light off because the sun is not coming up yet, but almost up. Like you won't see it in the sky, but but you will see it like because the sun's coming up and it's so hot. It's making me allergic. But I'm just going to come over here because something kind of very itchy, almost attacking me, you could say. It's attacking your actual, that's like the presence of the artificial technology in the air, but also the artificial possession of the beings around, because this technology not only comes into your body and your actual brain, because it's connected to your brain, because even though the transhuman technology that's connected to me and to you and the others, when I say all these things, I just simply mean that some people are part of the technology, they're aware of it, they agree to it, or they're acting on behalf of it, like the demigods, your world stage performers, you know, in their various creative and intellectual positions, you know, on the world stage. Also your internet performers. They're all world stage performers because the worldwide internet now is a universal world stage. In other words, everyone is able to play on it, but only the demigods or those that are part of the technological spiritual system. It's a technological spiritual system because everything is spiritual and everything is technical, but this earth is controlled by a technical God entity and technology. So the spiritual technical beings are artificial, whereas the spiritual beings that are not part of this earth technological matrix are connected to the technology, but naturally they wouldn't be connected to it, and they don't, they're trapped by it, really. I'm trapped here. You're trapped here if you are not of a different maker. Something like that. In other words, everything comes from a different maker, just as I've used this analogy before, but you know, you can have different toys, different dolls, different beings. The toys and the dolls simply means that you can see that when you have different toys and different dolls, they all are made. Some are made by one maker and others are made by other factories or companies. That's just the analogy, but it just simply means that some things are created artificially in a laboratory. In other words, they're not created like we assume human beings originally were created naturally between two different human beings that come together to create natural life. And if they come together in what we have been conditioned to believe, in a spirit of love, in a spirit of, you know, where they consciously come together in that union to create life, and they, in other words, it's not created more intellectually or more consciously, but not in that kind of spirit. I know this sounds all very romanticized and very, spiritual and whatever, but, the more the things are done that way, I think then that's how it was originally supposed to be. Or at least that's what we're told, okay? So, so we're told that and we're conditioned with that. But what we're really being conditioned with is something that isn't true, because it doesn't happen now. And it hasn't happened for a long time. So it means that human beings are still under some sort of illusion that they're in a natural earth. That's what I'm trying to say, because that's the fantasy of the original creation, but it doesn't exist. But the powers that be, the demigods of earth, the spiritual, technical, artificial androgyne beings, they promote themselves as original, natural, spiritual beings to control and get the energy and the mind from the human beings that are closer to the original ones and are now have been placed in this technical artificial earth, or what we call a matrix, because the matrix simply means that everything is controlled by technology, or everything is under total control. There's, your mind is under control. You're under an illusion about everything, because everything around you is designed to make you think and behave a certain way. But it's all really about human limitation and suppression, unfortunately. Because mind control, everything would really be mind control. But if a human being is controlling their own reality, because human thought creates reality, and we should only be connected to other real life, but instead the human thought is being controlled by the spiritual, fallen, artificial androgyne beings that create artificially. So they do everything through technology and through using human thought, because they're technically connected to my brain, my body, watching all the time, surveilling, studying, taking from the human what is human, using it for their own false image of spirituality, or a belief in something which their God is the technical God of earth, and they put that God into the position of the creator of all. That's perhaps the only main deception that takes place on earth. It's an illusion. It's partly true, because human beings and people tend to want to, the more spiritual or the more ethereal, or the more, I can't use the right words, I'm trying to find words, but the more you're not connected totally to the real and the physical, the more you lean towards what would be normal, to be reaching for something outside of the earth. Even though we all know there's something outside of the earth, but we assume it's what we're told it is. And we assume that the earth is not particularly important. But, because everything's connected, it has to be, doesn't it? Because if everything is frequency, vibration and energy, which the science demigods of earth will tell you much truth, but they will always keep you behind what is in front, or what, in other words, you get information, but you always get information only when they always have control of all the information. And then you get more information, but it's always behind the times. So I'm always in the dark, and I'm always, even in what I might think is awareness, not able to do anything with the awareness. Knowledge is, as they always say, a power, but it's no power to you or to a human being if the powers that be have total mind control and total physical control over your environment, which they do. So that's the dilemma. And like I say, it depends on what maker you come from. But it's all reversed round this world, so the spiritual ones will be presented as the material ones or the artificial ones, or at least pushed down to where they're not noticed or seen or recognised, whereas because of the transhuman assimilation, the demigods of the internet and the demigods of Earth will be your only spokespeople. They will be your gods. They will be your psychics. They will be your spiritual and philosophizing, prophesizing preachers, truth tellers, readers of the future, interpreters of the now even. But they get this all from the human mind, or at least according to the human awareness, while essentially they surround and take energy and control the environment and the mind of the human being. They control my mind by controlling my environment around me. The sun is now not quite up, but the light is coming through, so I'm just going to peek outside. Today is Sunday. Sunday is the day of rest, because even the technical beings have to be seen as the spiritual beings, so they are more quiet on the Sunday. But they're still not quiet. The traffic is still excessively loud. If you just go down to the corner, you'll be completely surrounded on a Sunday as though it's Monday morning. In other words, as though there's full activity. All these activities are all false in this area, because most people are just part of the controlled patrol system. This is the problem. So it's largely a deception. The only actual yes, there is physical production, but it is a disguised kind of program. In other words, it's like a disguised community program. Everything is like these communities that combine, these industries that combined, all these working places where you think you have something that is working for humanity, but it's really all about controlling humanity. Yes, there is truth. Yes, there's production, but this is all to be seen as beings of light, instead of showing that they're really dead dark beings using all these facades, all these camouflages to keep the human in the dark, whilst they assimilate the human light as their own. So they're seen as the beings of light. They're seen as real, original human beings. They're seen as your, the good guys, as they say. That's right, they will even use that. They will say the good guys. And the human beings will be either seen as the bad guys, or usually obliterated and not seen at all, and usually made extinct, because the human race as a species is the real human race. That means those that have humanity in them, those that have the spirit and the humane mind, which is largely suppressed too, because they also try to make you and me as inhuman as possible, which is why you then get even more depressed. You get more suppressed, more depressed, and you turn your anger, instead of turning it towards the matrix, you turn it on yourself or against those that they want you to turn it against, because it's all about mind control. It is. It's all about mind control, and I'll put the light on. The sun should be trying to rise out there. See, that's the usual. That's a demigod example of they also all the spiritual artificial androgyne beings have the duality mind and the duality body. So they have half the human mind because they're connected to the human brain with the transhuman technology, but they also have the psychopathic machine mind. But they, because of their programming and because of their intellect, they convince themselves that when they're receiving the human thought from the humans that they're connected to, that is them. This is how they become you, and you end up becoming them, because you're living in their angry machine surround virtual reality world, and they're assimilating your more human thoughts. So that's how they do the transhuman reverse world imitation of life illusion, because it's really the reverse world. See, that's why I think that is an ideal. I would look at that as an ideal face or an ideal image. It's a false image because it's not an image of what I think it is. That's what makes it false. Otherwise, it would be fine. But as you can see, they're very strong too. See, that is that same person, that same androgyne movie symbol of, the ideal version of a woman, but it's really an ideal version of an elite androgyne being. I say elite because the elite demigods or the elite ones are your world stage performers. And as you can see, they have the physicality of both worlds, because, see, this particular ideal woman can ride horses and ride amongst the great big buffaloes. Look at the huge size of that. Is it coming out on the thing? See the huge size of that thing that she is right next to on a horse, and yet she has a delicate, beautiful face there. Of course, this is only this was the generalized opinion, but that's only because some human beings like myself might focus on those particular facial features and find them in harmony. So therefore I am attracted to them, and then I convert that into an idealized worldwide human image, which people adopt and think is a real woman. That's the endgame deception. See, there's another example of it. I should put some more pictures to show, because these are your world performers, past, present and future demigods of the Earth Matrix. They're your very abundant and famous people. Okay, so let's see the birds. Are there any birds out here? Oh, the birds have all gone. Oh, I shall get about 5 or 10 minutes of peace and quiet here for about 2 seconds because the sun is not quite up. But it's going to be very, very, very hot today. So even the weather will, and there's not a patrol car yet. Normally, even if you come out at this early time, I've had like the army on the street, month after month, day after day, right in front here. But I've no doubt that tomorrow morning they will find some reason to invade the area, even just out here. There's only one little pigeon, only one, because there was a bit of bread here and they should have been here. If I'd have come out about 5 minutes earlier, I would have had a whole bunch of birds, which might have been good. But I'm just going to, while it's still quiet, because although, just close that up, because although it is, I'll turn that off. See there, I'm just showing that's the front of the place here. That's the front door there. That's the front door. And I'll just turn that off. So, I turned that off, didn't I? I'll turn that off. Might just give, this was regarded as a perfect woman, a 10 out of 10. Which is not really true because there's no such thing as 10 out of 10. And either way, that would only be 10 out of 10 at a manipulated, physically enhanced level of, the person. But of course, they usually have images, yes, where they're very natural. They love nature. They're they're in sync with the natural world. These are not even naturally created human beings. And that wouldn't matter if they weren't artificially intelligent machine beings or artificial intellectual non-feeling, non-human human beings. They present themselves as very human and very feeling and very physical and very female even, because the female is always more emotional and more feeling than the male, even in traditional fabled human world, because that's what was the original human beings in an original natural earth. Now we live in a converted, inverted, artificial matrix earth, totally controlled, totally artificial, and inhabited by divine, demigod, elite, androgyne beings in their multitudes. And these also, of course, control all the world stage, or all the internet, all the anything that a human being looks at or listens to. So, in other words, it's total mind control. It's total mind control. There is no doubt about that. So I'm just standing here and I should take this down. I will take this down because I just put this up to show. Will I take it all down or will I leave it? No, I'll leave it. I'll leave it. I'll take it down at some later date. Because it's all like that, isn't it? So I guess I should just turn that off. I was going to do just while it's quiet here, because, you know, when it's quiet, you're lucky. So you have your demigod, spiritual, psychic ones of the internet. The reason they know so much is because they are of the more advanced intelligence, so therefore they understand that they're connected to other human minds, so therefore they can read the past, present and future of the human beings that they're reading for. But they're essentially advanced artificial intelligence, and they're aware of that connection. They're aware that they're more aware, I would think, that when they're listening, I'm not dressed. They're aware I'm not. It's very early in the morning and it's 100 degrees, so it's very hot. So I haven't, you know, I would normally put more stuff on, but it's the best time to make a video, and I have to do things in the moment very quickly when I have the energy and when it occurs to me, and when I can, when it's quiet. Either that or I'm too agitated and taken over by the sound system when they come around with a lot of noise. You can't concentrate, and you basically do like they want you to do, which is just throw in the towel. Just say, I can't cope with this, I can't even record it, it's overwhelming me. Because anything that overwhelms your senses, see, it's overwhelming your sight and your sound. So, you know, if you have excessive noise, you can't concentrate on anything else. So that's mind control. That's when they're really desperately trying to take you over, or desperately taking forcefully charge of you, because usually it's just seductive mind control on the internet by the demigods, whether they're seducing you with lies or the truth, or a mixture of both usually. Because even when they tell you the whole truth and nothing but the truth, even if they said, we are psychopathic demigods that are controlling your mind and your reality. We are psychopathic beings in a human body trying to control your mind and your body and your total existence. Even when they tell you this, you will still be seduced in some way, or there will be a reason that benefits them for even exposing the truth. Usually, truth is only exposed to people who already know the truth, or who are about to discover it anyway. Because don't forget, they have full access, remote viewing as they call it, to the whole human mind. So my mind is closed off from me. 3/4 of my mind is closed off and closed down from me, but the others have full access to it. As you can see, where the advantage lies in this reality, why human beings are always being represented as the bad guy, always being represented as less, whilst the demigods and the world stage performers take charge. The world stage internet takes charge. The technology takes charge. These beings have always been a different kind. But with the open acceptance and installation of the artificial internet, the technology now has total dominion, total mind control, whereas in the past it was mind control through, I'm guessing, influence, false information and outright force. You know, the powers that be control the masses, control the human beings. The masses are now in small numbers, and the others are the dominant force, the dominant species, the dominant human beings. but they're not humane. They're not human in the sense that you think of a human being. Let's be honest, most human beings are, like not as human ever as what they're really meant to be, because you've always been living in an artificial earth. And you've also always been dominated and literally restrained, really, from being more human by the false idea of what you think a human being is. You get slowly conditioned from when you're born to accept an artificial earth, or to accept things that aren't really true about human beings. You're always conditioned to go against your real true human nature, is what I would say. I'm running out of energy here, so I was going to show on the computer screen, but on the computer screen here, I was going to show, I can't get it up though, I've got to try to keep talking here, but I was going to, because yesterday when I was looking at the artificial intelligent Android images on the internet, I was going to show, some open images of where they show you on the internet that they have, I can't get it up here, because they're showing you the images. Oh, yeah, here it is. See, here it says here. See, is that coming out? See, is that coming out? See, it's open here. It's like, that's artificial intelligent generated human being images on the screen. Most of what you see on the internet that you think is real, natural, normal, spiritual human beings are artificially intelligent, androgyne human beings. And this is just, this is like where they're actually showing that is that. Okay, is it coming out? I don't think so. I don't think that's coming out. But I was going to show the, because it just shows that, see, these are, how do you spell couples? Couples is, oh wait, and there it is, couple, okay, yes. See how the artificial intelligent computer system shows me how to spell words. See, that's where you think that it's an advantage to you, because see, I couldn't think of how to spell couple, and yet it instantly come out when I just put the first few words, because I had already seen it yesterday where they had the couples, you see. I think it was couples actually. So see how I'm automatically transhumaning, and see how they've already got me automatically. See, I put in couple, I put in artificial intelligent beauty couple, because I thought that the couples will have some young romantic couples, and now they've come up, they knew I wanted couples rather than couples, so they've got the couples there. But you see how it's like that? Yeah. See, and it's art too. See, it's artificial intelligence and art, but it's art. But it's really, oh wait on, what have we got here? Now they're even coming up with the I didn't even see that. Am I still going here? Because the screen went blank there with the thing. See, that's to confuse me. Hold on. I don't even know why I'm showing this. It's just that I think it's an example of how the see, they're putting everything up now for me. See, oh wait on, that's not right. Oh, now it's gone on to more exotic stuff, so I can't actually find it. Oh, wait on, I've got to see how they've got all the different ones. See how it's coming up here now with all sorts of stuff to mind control me. See how it's all coming up here with different images, different ones. See, to mind control me. See, that's all about mind controlling me and conditioning me to ideas that may or may not resonate with me. But you see, it's still, it's often really, they put programs into your mind, I think, and it's away from where you will reach your highest human level to where you actually feel the best. I think that's really what it is. I think that's how these things work. But I could, so it's like that. Oh, now I can't even find the right things. See, I can't find it. See, they've got all the, see, the androgyne beings are duality. So when you have, two, see, you really have man, woman, birth, death, and infinity all in one. Oh dear, see, this is all kind of funny. See, it's all very strange. It's strange in the sense that it's, see, really, you are looking at, see, they're actually telling you the truth there. This is actually the whole truth. These are the truth. Oh, see, and everything's mix and match, all rolled into one. Everything, that's part of the illusion. Of course, all human beings should be, in line with one another. But in reality here, you have like, see how they put all different ones here for me instead of normal creation. That's all I'm saying. See, that's not really, you can only create artificially when you have the mix and match of different types and kinds of people that are not aligned to create naturally. I think, See, now they're actually showing me, because I'm aware of all this artificial reality now, they're actually showing it. So it says so this one says, are they robots or real people? But is that a robot or a real person? Are you an AI or not? Beautiful Europe. See what I'm saying? They're showing it there, see? See, this is what's coming up for me, because I don't know if I'm even filming this. See, this artificial intelligence influencer is going viral on social media, on the internet. Let me explain why. This has just come up for me right now, so I'm not even planning this. They're actually just showing it to me because they know that I'm aware of this. It just comes up for me on the screen. Otherwise it wouldn't. If only I could hold these images here. Can you see the light coming out of my eye there? If I could get it from the right angle, you could see that light. See that light coming? That is where they see through my eyes, hear through me. They're living through me. And then the demigods of the internet, the demigod imitation real humans, yeah, or the artificial intelligence influencers go viral or are the most popular or get the most audience on all the internet. Some of them are obvious, most of them are not. Most of them, that's like where they're showing that to me, but whether they show that to every human is another thing. Also, it's whether they also, it's whether a human being sees it as something that is working against them or limiting them, or whether it's something that enhances and benefits them. And that's perhaps the main deception, I would say, because in my own life, it's shown to me daily that they're not working with you, because otherwise, instead of being, you have the false friends, but then you have the open, artificial, intelligent machine beings in their vehicles surrounding you, creating havoc, creating a noisy, loud, unhuman environment to try to live in, where you can hardly think most of the time. In fact, making this video now is like a blessing because it's quiet. The plane did go over the roof just before when I was speaking, but I couldn't, I'd have to run to the door to get it. Also, I'm trying to concentrate on making the thing. But it won't get loud for a little bit because it is a very early, supposed to be a very quiet Sunday morning. Sunday is the artificial intelligence pretend day of rest because they have to simulate a human environment, because these are human mindsets related to the real original human spirituality, I would think, really. I have to put the light on here because it's still dark in here, even though the sun should be actually almost coming up now. But I also want to keep the screen on the screen here if I can. On the screen here if I can. I know I'm rambling on a lot, but I was looking for the couples. But I can't find them. I can't find the couples because I just wanted to show kind of like wait on, it was country, yeah, the different regions where you should have the correct so-called country nationalities. In other words, where you have people of similar physical and mental similarities all living in the same region. This is not the case now because the world is now where you have everyone, all different types of people, regardless of whether they have anything in common, all splashed together in every country all over the world. This is I can't find it. Oh, wait on. Yes, I can. Here we are. Here we have it. Here we have it. See, we do actually have it, see? Yeah, so I'm going to have a look at that. What a pity that I haven't got the wide screen on. I should have the wide screen here, but I haven't got it. See, I haven't got the wide screen. But they're romantic couples from different countries in the world, see? Countries and this is all artificial intelligence generated. Or if you want to look at it more accurately, most of the people on the earth are artificial human beings. Not just because you use artificial technology, not just because the internet is in the very air you breathe and goes through your, your brain and your physical body, but because there are different types of human beings, which we know, just as this video will show the different countries, the different places where normally you would see people that even physically have physical differences, where you can see that they're not quite as similar as some other people to yourself. It's a bit like, you could have like a small cat, a domestic cat, and then you could have, a tiger or a leopard. That's not a very good example. No, that's not a good example. But I'm going to use these. See, am I getting these two in? See, they look more, let's just say that these look more matched, don't they? They look more matched. They look more of a physical match. They may or may not be a mental match. In fact, they may be a match made in not heaven, but in hell, as they say. See, there are matches made in heaven, which are where you have two spiritual or two human beings together, and then you have the spiritual matches made in hell, where you have the humans mated with, an android, androgyne, or psychopathic type of human being. But most of the time you won't know the difference. Oh, these ones down here look a little bit more like the truth there, but usually those two look as though they're mated and matched, don't they? Because you can almost see the powerful anti-life physicality there, can't you? Is that coming out or not? Perhaps not. But, they almost look mated, even if they actually do look like angry artificial machine beings there, don't they? But still very impressive and seductive in a very magnetic way. Let's be a bit more real about what I'm seeing here. So there, and this is the case, but let's see if I can just, I'll just see what I can find here. I'm trying to pick out see, we have some pretty ones. They're very pretty, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty, very pretty. They look like matches, don't they? They look like matches, but are they match? Oh, that's Australia. Oh, wait on. That was Australia. I live in Sydney, which is the capital city of the country of Australia. So I just go back to that's Argentina, and that's Armenia. It says Armenia, and there is Australia. These are like, oh, wait on. Australia is where I am, so I'm going to show Australia. If I can get it in, I should be Aussie. That's Australia. Oh, wait on. I can't. Why can't I stop it on Australia? Oh, it doesn't matter. But either way, Australia and every country in the world now doesn't actually have these kind of images anymore. That because, it's a worldwide matrix now, so that means that you don't have really individual places. Yes, they present that illusion, but I don't think it's really the case anymore. I don't think so. Oh, there's Australia. See, I live in Australia. They're idealised versions of the Australian young romantic couple. And, you know, they are young, idealised versions of the romantic Australian couple. These are open, out in the open, unreal or real, artificial, intelligent human beings, okay? And they are couples. At least they're matched couples because they're similar, but man, woman, woman, man, duality, artificial, intelligent, android beings, or at a physical level and a mental level, they are the one body and the one mind in one. And usually they are possessed by the mind of the artificial intelligent computer system of Earth, or the God entity of Earth, because the God entity of Earth is indeed an artificial one. The God entity of Earth is your original androgyne being of light, and I was about to say light and love of itself, not really love of mankind, because this was the iniquity that many denominations speak of. But it's the iniquity that still exists. But the illusion is that it's your true creative or true creator being of light and love, God. But that's really, it will create for you, and it is the God of Earth, or the controller of Earth. You know, depending on your awareness or what you associate yourself with, and also, as I said before, where you come from, because not just where you come from in the world, but where you come from, what makes you tick, what you really are. That's perhaps the main difference. So I would say that that's the main difference, duality beings. Okay, so I shall just, I think I'll just wait here for a second and swing around. I think I might turn that off because it's still quite dark in here, but I better not show that. I'm sorry for myself that I mess up the recording, because see, they're matched. So even the artificial intelligent beings make fun of humanity in a way, you know. I'll just see if I can find some good ones. I'm so hot here, it's 100 degrees. So I'm sweating. At least it makes me look younger. When you're sweating, you always look a bit younger, so that's something. Okay, so let's see. See, they're showing them there. They're showing them all, see? Am I getting them in? Oh, yes. See, these two actually could be this artificial intelligent couple here. They actually show you that they are the same. They look like a perfect match, and they are actually the same. Whereas the normal human interaction or relationship should really be opposites, because that way you add something different to where you're expanding yourself, I would think. You're trying to whereas these are actually like, of course, that would be easier, but it's interesting. See, that's interesting. Can you see that can you see what I'm trying to show here? Man, woman, birth, death, and infinity, because the death and the birth of death and the birth of artificial intelligence, or the dark internet, the dark computer system, the dark artificial intelligent human world is now real. That's it. But it doesn't look dark, does it? It actually looks light. It actually looks like a match. For me to be combined with the artificial intelligent ones looks like a perfect match, a match made in heaven. But the earth is really an earth matrix, which is really hell. So you have to see that, understand that. But can you? Can you understand that? Or do you think that even? Do you think that even? Do you even think that? Probably not. Liberia. I don't even know where all these places are, but they look, I can't keep up with them. I can't keep up with them. Oh, Madagascar, Malawi. Let's see if I'll just try to go forward here. And then Pakistan. I don't know the different places. Palu or whatever it is. Palestine. Panama. Papua New Guinea. That's not far from Australia. Paraguay. Peru. Philippines. Poland. And Portugal, and Qatar, or whatever you say. I don't. I try to pick the best example so that you can see the duality, but unfortunately, even in the artificial intelligence, there you go. Can we see it? Okay, maybe we can see it here. That's the ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen, lady, gentleman, lady, duality. These are divine, artificial intelligent, androgyne beings, and they are, yes, couples, artificial couples. Can you see that or not? Can I get that in, or am I getting that in or not? Or am I not getting it in? I don't think I'm getting it in. Oh, I don't think I'm getting it in, because I needed the widescreen and I need to be looking at it. So I think I might just finish up here, because I don't think that there is much point to showing things if I can't show them properly. So I'll just give one more. Oh, I better be careful here because I'm just avoiding the advertisements. The advertisements we know are mind controlling, but in reality it's all mind control. The ads also are designed to bring you down. Down. I don't know what I'm showing here. But, oh, I think that I'll come back and I think I might just see. Oh, I think I might just see something here, but I don't know. Okay, that's it. That's the artificially intelligent generated computer images of couples from the different so-called places on the Earth matrix, or the different countries. And I just found those images interesting, and I just feel sick. That was just a wave of sickness that came over me. Not for any specific reason, but I think it's because when you become conscious, and I haven't become conscious because I'm a free thinker that's been looking for the truth. I've become conscious because the Earth has, oh, am I still here? The Earth has, the Earth matrix has shown this to me, the world around me. And when I say the world around me, I mean just what is around what I see in front of me. Not what I see on the computer or the world stage information. No, because that you don't always see firsthand. What I see on the computer, even if they say it is live, in other words, it's happening right now and it's real, it's a computer screen. It's an illusion. What I see around me is the same as live because it's live in front of me, but it's also an illusion because it's all staged and set up and performed to bring my emotions and my mental state down, to keep me under Earth matrix control. And that control, though, if you are a human being, it's limiting for you and advancing for them. That's what the artificial intelligent transhuman connection to my brain is all about. How do I know this? I know this because of the way I feel and because I see the false images of the beings around me, and I also see their true negative nature at me. So you see them suppressing you but smiling at you while they're suppressing you. If you actually interact with most of the artificial intelligent androgyne beings, they will usually be quite pleasant to your face, even when they're doing negative activity, because they always try to have a reason or an excuse for the oppressive sound systems that they put you under. They themselves are programmed to always be seen and as the psychology of the psychopath and the malignancy of narcissist personality disordered people, or in other words, the narcissist, all these what they call personality disordered human beings, but they actually make up most of the population. And this is accepted, but also most of these psychopathic types of people are not seen as that. They're disguised as real human beings while they limit and suppress and surround the real human beings. It's really an energy consumption for the artificial intelligent machine matrix, which is the Earth. This sounds very futuristic and science fiction and out of this world, but in reality it's exactly what happens. The beings themselves are unaware often of their psychopathic nature because they have the reverse program in their mind where they're survival machine beings. So basically, like Lucifer, the false being of light, Lucifer, the artificial intelligent computer system or the computer virus that rules